Hello, hello. We're back. Glad to be back. Feel like it's been longer than it has been. We're gonna get right into some opening songs. Start with some oldies, and then we're gonna bring something up, something a little modern afterwards. Yeah. I do say though, it seemed kind of disrespectful not to play a Usher song, considering the announcement about the Super Bowl. But
I need a girl to ride. I need a girl to make my wife. I need a girl who's mine, all mine. I need a girl in my
Yo, I'm internationally known on the microphone. I got it all, but I really need a wife at home. I don't really like the zone, never spend the night alone. I got a few, you would like the bone, but chicks that romance me don't tickle my fancy. Bone and Tiffany Nancy, that's not what my plans be. Need a girl that can stand me, raise me a family. Go from trips to the land, see the trip to the Grammys. Cause most of these girls be confusing me. I don't know if they really love me or they using me. Maybe it's the money or maybe you ain't used to me. Cause you was depressed and now you abusing me. That's why I need me a girl to be true to me. Know about the game and know how it do to me. Without a girl on my side, to ruin me. Forget the world, girl, it's you and me. Now let's ride.
I need a girl to ride with me. I need a girl to make my wife. I need a girl that makes me feel so good inside. I need a girl in my life. I need a girl to ride with me. I need a girl to be my wife. I need a girl that makes me feel so good inside. I need a girl in my life.
Yo, I met a lot of women in.
now we're gonna play something a little more. By the way, we gotta have a conversation about on a lot of these songs, Diddy songs. He's like the worst verse on his song. These R&B singers be saving him. I can't lie. But he got a few on that new album. This is one of them.
Yeah, fuck with me. But yo, let me tell you my love story. Check this out.
Fighting demons, yo. Got your reasons, oh. Put that weight on me, babe. Show me why you hide your secrets, yeah. We should repent, hey. Jump off the deep end, yeah. If I ever give you my blessing, baby, better keep it. Cause I'm a mean one. And I mean when I say that I'm done, but I fight for you, boy. Cause what's love if you can't drown in it? And what's love if it ain't got in it? Tell me what's love if you don't spend time with it. Yeah, they can try, but they can't fuck with it. Not really, not really.
Yeah, we saw that gymnast story. Well, I did.
Not really. This love, too real phone, they ain't fucking with us. Not really. Never on the inside, baby. You know me better than that.
Let's go.
Hey, go Sunday with your devotion. Allocate me your emotions. Yeah. Put your weight on me, boy. I bet I can keep you focused, yeah. Know you repent for every bitch you told a secret, yeah. And every bitch you didn't keep it. I can tell you never had a bitch who was decent, but I'm a mean one, and I mean what I say when I'm done, but I fight for you, boy. What's love if you can't drown in it?
Hello, hello. We here.
What up? Lost in the Script, episode. What episode is it? Episode 123, that old thing.
Go ahead, go through. What up, Mystery Man?
Shout out to Regina. Shout out to Mystery Man. We glad to be back. Grand Arrival, Grand Rising, and Grand Return to my adopted brothers, Duke and Sir Travis, and the architects and the oracles in the chat. Mr. Man, you ain't damn new to this channel. What's up? How you doing?
Hi, I'm
When you
new.
vacation in Saudi, you say you wanted to Aurora.
Yeah, you supposed to be in Aurora, man.
I need some more FBA Pro Black channels. There are some out there. Black Authority.
I think you know about
Black
that.
with the Black. What is it? Professor Black Truth. There are a couple out there. UBTV.
Was he FBA?
Yeah, he would classify like Dane Calloway with, believing we're Native American or indigenous.
Okay.
That would be FBA. Foundational Black American. I said don't forget on code 24/7. See them Idaho high school kids come to the school with the nigger t-shirts.
Just
read up on that. That was crazy. I believe you can be born racist. Ain't no can believe white people are born racist.
Whoa. I keep saying, is it racism or self-preservation?
It's self-preservation, but it's built in racism.
It's innate to every group.
That's true. Mystery Man, see the black gymnast not get a gold medal. Just read up on that. That was in Ireland. It took them 18 months to respond, to give an apology. I don't want the fucking apology.
I saw the video of the little girl. She didn't get the medal. And it keeps coming. It keeps coming to my mind of we keep putting our children in these situations where they can get this certain level of disappointment. It's not necessary to put our kids in these situations.
You know, Mr. Man said, "Turn that Jungle Bunny music off."
Jungle Bunny.
I want to hear Taylor Swift. You want to hear her do the remake of September?
Oh, yeah,
we got that for you.
They were pissed off at that.
Shout out to KD.
What up, KD?
Hello, family. Welcome back.
What up,
Shout
Craig?
out to Craig Council. Hey, I'm here. Also new here. LOL. Your ass ain't new. Mr. Man, I've heard y'all come out as gay, so that's why I don't believe us won't last. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Shout out to KD again.
All right, whatever.
Regina.
All right. Yeah, we didn't go live last week, so we got a lot of stuff.
Why didn't we go live next week?
They don't need to know all that.
Why didn't we go live last week?
We didn't go live, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about today.
We do.
Hopefully y'all had a good 2 weeks, as stress-free as possible.
Yeah. We bite, man. All right, we're going to get right into it. Let's start with the first story. Let's give a shout out to Irish from the group 702 who died at 43. Her sister statement saying that, you know, her beautiful sister has passed. She no longer has to deal with that battle and she's gone to the upper room.
Yeah, so
shout out to Camila, also from 702. We respect this time of their grievance. We were supposed to talk about this last week. We know we're 10 days late, but we're here. So shout out to 702. They definitely contributed to the 90s. They stood out with their unique sound, and we appreciate you for the R&B that you put out.
And before we go any further, let's go ahead and see if y'all know anything about...
You should have played Get It Together first, not Stilo.
Okay, here you go. You Mr. Producer. All right. What y'all know
Anybody
about
remember this song written by... what's his name? Donnell Jones. Donnell Jones wrote this song. Shout out to him.
We gotta talk about his impact as well.
He has a catalog. Not just within his music, but songs he has written.
But this is I can't lie. I was born in the 90s, and you know how when you're born,
Duke is a 90s baby.
When you're
Shout
born,
out to Craig Council, RP Irish.
When you're born in a certain era, you hear the music, you don't know the name of it.
Yeah, that's 702. So, finally made an arrest in Tupac's murder. We'll talk about that later on. D-Lo with their first hit. Hey fam, that's right. Shout out to Shantae Sachet.
Then we gotta
So you right. Stilo was their first hit. So
see, I should have played that first. See,
okay,
I'm the producer here. I'm the producer. All right. We're going to go ahead and play a little bit of this. Condolences to the family. Thanks for the music.
Ha. Hey.
Sound like
Shout out to 702.
Come on. Yeah.
Yes, Shantae. Duke was on point. We'll give him his kudos. Give Duke his points. He was on point.
I'm gonna keep it real. How you make me feel. Boy, you give me chills, baby. I'm gonna break it down. You just drive me wild whenever you're around. You know how I do. You know how I flow.
This is something missing nowadays. I just don't give you this feeling to it. All right. right, so
Shout out to 702. Thank you for your contribution to R&B. They also had another big hit, Where My Girls At, that reached the pop charts and made them a worldwide sensation. Regina Harris, I watched an extremely informative UBTV video today that uploaded this morning. I haven't checked him out. Last time I checked him out was 2 days ago. He hadn't uploaded anything. I thought he was taking a break. Session say not good music too. A blast in the car. So shout out to UBTV. That is he's very informative as well. Go check out that brother as well.
All right.
I will be checking out the UBTV video or doing my little running I do.
Speaking of passing and updated stories, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis charged with murder in Tupac Shakur's 1996 drive-by shooting death.
I hope this is the beginning of the conclusion on this Tupac thing we've been doing for 2 now.
Well, to me, I thought the last 5 to 10 years at least, let's say for the last 5 years, Tupac's name, and he's Tupac, so his name is always going to be relevant in hip-hop, obviously.
Haru.
But Tupac, in the last 5 years, his name has been so in the algorithm. Like people, there's a channel called This Is a Dialogue, I think it's called.
Yes, in every video they talk about Tupac.
Not every, but 90% of his content is talking about the story connected to Tupac. And then you saw the stories a couple years ago where they were talking about they're opening up the case again. Then you saw a whole bunch of other stuff. This Keefe D dude went on Vlad TV a few years ago and said he was in the car with the dude who shot. He got a book written, so he know who shot him.
Keefe D is hilarious.
Yeah, the dude's
could
crazy.
Be some truth.
Now
could be smoke and mirrors to regarding Tupac's killer.
Now it says one of the last witnesses to a fatal drive-by shooting rapper Tupac Shakur in Las Vegas has been charged with the long unsolved 1996 murder. Law enforcement officials announced Friday that the 60-year-old Dwayne, is that how he says his name? Dwayne, Keefe D. Davis.
Yeah, Dwayne. That's Dwayne.
Is charged with 1-count murder and his use of a deadly weapon with the gang enhancement. Now remember, in California, if you are a part of a gang and you commit any crime, not only you are charged with the crime you did, but because you're in a gang, it's another layer on top of it. It's a gang enhancement to any crime you commit. You can steal a loaf of bread, but if you did it and you're a part of a gang,
it's considered.
That was something you did to help the gang now. The longer-awaited break comes in a case that has frustrated investigators and fascinated the public ever since the hip-hop icon was gunned down in the Las Vegas Strip 27 years ago.
That's almost 3 decades.
Yeah, Nevada grand jury indicted Davis in the killing. Prosecutors revealed at court Friday morning. CBS Las Vegas affiliate confirmed news of the indictment, which was first reported by the Associated Press. Now remember, this Keefe D dude, he was in the car with the guy, what's his name? I don't know if I got his name now.
What guy?
The guy supposedly the one who shot him. But anyway, he says some people say his nephew is the one who did it. But also, Keefe D came out and said, if I go down, I better be protected because I'm the one who helped Diddy. When Diddy used to come out to L.A., I'm one of the people that would help him be able to move around and stuff. And allegedly, it was Diddy who put out a hit on a death row chain. So some people are saying that Diddy this is alleged. Some people believe that Diddy, this has been a long time alleged, people have been saying this.
And they like that's why playing that Diddy music today.
That Diddy has something to do with Tupac and Biggie's unfortunate end. So it's possible we might see. You think Diddy get indicted soon?
If he had a what chain did you say? A death row chain out of somebody? Yeah, he's gonna be indicted.
But the point is, people making too. If he gets indicted, talk about the internet's gonna go up and it's gonna be crazy if Diddy gets indicted. He just did all this shit.
Well, he need to get indicted for all that shit he done. We ain't talking about this shit. We talking about the other shit he done.
All that rollout he did to try and sell his album,
stealing
and then
money,
possibly
allegedly,
and then possibly getting hit with an indictment, it would be hilarious. But finally, there's a alleged break in this case. I don't believe it for 1 second. I believe they know exactly who did it, and I don't believe who they saying did it is the one who did it. So
I thought Suge Knight was the guilty one.
That's what I'm saying. That's who I think it is. But yeah,
y'all saying Tupac wouldn't play ball, so he had to take him out.
Well, the infamous song that Tupac got on his album, at the beginning of the song, it says, "Suge shot me."
Diddy's days are numbered.
I think so
your
too.
wickedness and your iniquity does catch up with you.
Once again, we've been saying for the longest that he's been trying to change his karma, but I think it's
already predicted in the stars.
Rolling Stone co-founder Jann Wenner removed from Rock Hall leadership after controversial comments. We ain't got to read all this.
He said he don't interview women or black people
because they don't have the intellectual capacity to have a good interview. Like, come on, man.
Well, what do they talk about when they do interviews?
Music, and they talk about life, I would imagine.
Do he not value their conversations when they go into depth about their struggle?
He used the word intelligent. He used it not articulate. He said black people and women aren't articulate enough.
That's dumb. That's pretty much saying they're dumb.
Yeah, for an interesting interview, basically. So we ain't got to read all this. We know that's how they think, so it's not surprising. It's funny because he felt this way the whole time. But once again, when people get older, they become honest. And they just say
they're
what they
older.
always
They're
felt.
like, I don't have to hide what I feel no more. Fuck you and everybody else around you.
Now they removed him like that's going to do anything, which, let's be honest.
I'm sure the other people on that committee agree with him as well.
Exactly. Yes, Chuck Berry invented rock and roll and singer. So this is people making the point that how could you say that about black people when they're the ones who invented the genre?
Well, we've invented a lot of genres of music.
This is funny because I remember when you start understanding what true intelligence is and creativity, you start to, when you get out of the mindset that they've trained you to think about what intelligence is.
They think intelligence is big words.
Yeah, when you realize that what they're telling you it is not what it is. That's called, when they send you to these schools and you get all this information that they give you, a lot of times, as Rockefeller, the quote was attributed to him where he said he want people to be workers, not thinkers. So when you start talking about music is almost a personification of intelligence because, for instance, in jazz, that's on the spot. It's what they call it, spontaneity. It's just meant to be your creativeness. Being able to do something like that on the spot takes intelligence.
Intelligence is being able to take your trauma and put it into words and turn it into a song and make it one of the popular things on earth. That's a genius.
But there's different types of it. But yeah, y'all get the point. So yeah, I just found that funny. He had his opinion when everything they do, they get from you, and then they tell you they did it the right way. I guess that's how they feel.
Taylor Swift did it the right way on that September song, huh, Mystery Man?
I can't believe
that was horrible.
Let me say this because he brought up
Jesus,
Taylor Swift.
that was horrible.
Because he brought up Taylor Swift. That is an embarrassing story.
What?
The Taylor Swift situation.
She's like, I'm white and I say so. If I want to do this song, I can do this song.
No, I'm talking about the newest story that they was talking about.
Oh, the Travis dude and the black woman. I'm glad that the black woman, or quote unquote black woman, I'm glad that she's not with his white ass no more. But who's she gonna go to? Who can I run to? Who's she gonna run to?
That's embarrassing, that whole story. But I want to speak about Monique for a second.
Monique back in the press asking for money. Shit, she is. Let's be honest about the situation. But I ain't mad at her. Pay her dues.
Monique said
her royalties. Pay her money.
Monique said that she is owed money.
And I don't disagree with that.
Well, you said she's begging.
She's in a way, okay, in a way she is begging.
All right.
Fuck it.
Sweet babies, I'm Monique.
And I'm Sydney.
And we're coming to y'all today to let you know we're standing with all the unions that are striking right now. And we have a story that we must share of our own with the community. Countess Vaughn and I did a show called The Parkers. The Parkers has now been on air for 24 years.
Damn, that's a long time.
And they're trying to convince us through our ownership of the show that we made absolutely no money.
And it's baffling being that when you have a conversation with the executive producers and they allude to the fact that the show in its entirety, 5 years, was made for under $70 million. It went out of production in 2004, but by 2009, we see profit participation statements that show the program made over $700 million, but yet was in a close to $1 billion, if not $1 billion deficit.
So what we're asking you, CBS, is can you please treat these two black women fairly? When our brother Dave Chappelle, who ironically had a deal with CBS, said he signed a deal out of desperation and it was a bad deal, they were able to go back and do the right thing. And they made that deal fair and they paid Dave Chappelle what he rightfully deserved. What we're asking you, CBS, don't pay us any more, but don't pay us any less.
And the reason why we're having this conversation out loud for the community to hear is this. We see the numbers and they still don't want to pay. What will happen to you when you don't even know the numbers exist?
So we're asking you, and when we say community, we mean community as in the ones that's fighting for equality. Will you stand?
What up, Keefe?
Lord. What, shout out to Keefe. What up? Oh, Lord, she at it again.
Now, let me say this. She did.
Oh, shit.
I understand she did it, but I don't like it.
Why she did it. You don't like the comparison of her using Dave Chappelle. That's what you don't like.
Need.
I think. Okay, go ahead.
We shouldn't. Very just
I heard nothing good about Monique. So, Shantae, you hear us now. This is what YouTube does to us. That's why we took a week off. They'd be off our ass for a week. This is crazy.
Tells me we good now.
Okay, Keefe said it's good. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, no, they know this is what we've been going through for 2 years.
We don't upgrade.
This is what we've been going through for fucking 2 years with YouTube. It ain't fucking the cables. I got the highest level there is to get with Comcast.
All
so
right.
The internet is good.
What I was saying was, let us know if we good. What I was saying was, I don't like that she compared to Dave Chappelle. I understand why she did it, but you have to understand these companies don't want to do right by anyone. The only reason why they did right by Dave Chappelle was because he is Dave Chappelle. He has a lot of clout. The reason why these streaming platforms are willing to take Dave Chappelle's show off of it was because Dave Chappelle has a bigger audience than just one demographic. He has a lot of he has a larger audience. So they have to a little bit, because when he talked bad about a company, there's a lot of people that will look at that and it can affect numbers and money for other companies. They didn't do it because they were doing it to kind of say they're hard or they were trying to be right about something. They did it because they had to.
But that does not take about they need to pay her royalties if they have not paid her such. So Monique, go get your royalties that you're due. Next. In 1992, Etta James said they got the shit backwards. Etta James is a white woman. It should be the R&B Hall of Fame where black side which rockers deserve to get in. I agree.
Hold on. All right, back now.
Monique isn't on the same level. My computer said buffering, choppy. I heard nothing. Blah 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 blah. Okay.
All right.
Are you there? Are you there? Go ahead.
All right, we should be good now.
Jury opted.
Okay, jury opted for a manslaughter verdict for Otha Wallace rather than first-degree murder. Why? Y'all remember this case? We talked about this like, what was it, 2 years ago? With a guy who was in control of one of these groups. I think he was a part of the Not Fucking Around coalition.
Yes.
Which is funny because the leader got arrested for pointing a gun at a camera. We already talked about all that stuff. So they didn't give him the manslaughter charge, the murder charge after killing the police officer. It says, verdict for manslaughter against cop killer Otha Wallace on September 16th prompted shock, outrage among law enforcement community and beyond. Prosecutors argued for degree murder conviction and were seeking the death penalty. Jurors disagreed and convicted him of lesser charge. So what happened? What was the jury thinking? Wallace, 31, was charged with first-degree murder and killing of Jason Raynor on June 23, 2021 in Daytona Beach. The 26-year-old Raynor remained hospitalized until his death on August 17, 2020, according to a report by Frank Fernandez of News Journal, who has covered this case since day one. The jury instructions and inevitable task. We know people are angry, as evidenced by court order, but in place of protecting their identities, it notes the case has generated the following in social media platforms such as blogs, and some of the postings and messages in these platforms can be constructed as bitter, virulent, and at times hostile. So they didn't give him a murder charge; they gave him a manslaughter charge because what? What happened?
You just went black.
We still alive?
Yes, we're still live.
Oh. Let's leave out. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. All right. So they didn't give him the manslaughter charge. I mean, the murder charge. They gave him the manslaughter. Wait. No. All right. You got it? Yeah, we got it. All right. So what you think about this case? He was about to get hit with murder, but he was able to get off because they decided
he got lucky.
You had to know to prove murder. You have to say that he was intent. But I think they really want to hit the murder charge because of the association with
not fucking
what they
around
consider a militia group.
It's considered a black hate group.
Well, I think it's more so considered a militia.
It's considered a black hate group too.
Not all of them. NAGA isn't.
That's different from NAGA. They different from NAGA.
How?
Not fucking around court.
What's the difference? The name?
Yeah. Okay. I'm done.
All right. Jury finds Akron brothers not guilty of involuntary manslaughter and death of Ethan Lemming, a death attack during over pellet gun. A county jury found two brothers not guilty. Now this is in front of the LeBron James Primary School. Y'all remember that story came out where apparently there was a pellet gun involved. These two black kids ended up beating this other kid and he ended up dying. And, it was a big thing. Involuntary manslaughter Monday in a beating death of 17-year-old Ethan Lemming, an attack that came after Lemming repeatedly shot at them with a pellet gun last summer. A Summit County jury convicted Deshaun Stafford, 20, and his brother Tyler, 19, of lesser counts of assault and death in the parking lot of the I Primary School in Akron in June of 2022. What do you think?
Well, they must have had some evidence or showed something why they wouldn't convict them of a higher charge.
He was shooting them with a pellet gun.
Well, if he was shooting them with a pellet gun, it was self-defense. So that's why they would give him a lesser charge.
Prosecutors charged Deshaun Stafford with 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter, aggravated assault, and assault. The jury could not reach a verdict on the first count of involuntary manslaughter. He was found not guilty on the second count of involuntary manslaughter. It is unclear whether prosecutors will attempt to take him to trial again in the first charge. The 20-year-old was found guilty of aggravated assault and assault. His bond was revoked and he was taken into custody. His younger brother was found guilty of assault and remains on house arrest. He was found not guilty of involuntary manslaughter. Their sentencing is scheduled for October 26th at 1:30 p.m.
Somebody said my bro can't connect to the podcast and interact.
What do you mean?
That's Tony.
Hold up.
He effed around and found out.
Exactly. So that they always gonna try to retry
Blame
you.
YouTube.
I always try to retry you.
YouTube got it out for us.
They always try to retry you whenever they you get off on stuff. Not surprising.
Well, hopefully when this comes around, if they try to do this again, they will be found not guilty on these accounts as well. Oh, and then there's an update to that story about the woman beating up that young girl in the McDonald's. They did find her ass. and she is locked up as we speak.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the black community did not get put hands on her, but she is locked up. Because they should have whooped her ass.
Well, I don't know.
I should have saved that for the girl, because we got another story similar to that. I should have saved it. Yeah, that's good news. Scared of these comments. Yeah, they are.
All right.
You two very. No, they can hear us. They ain't said nothing.
Oh, I know what it is.
What?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right.
Don't say it out loud. Don't play yourself.
It will get better now. From last week, Adidas CEO Kanye West being anti-Semitic comments isn't a bad person.
They need them. Simple.
Bad.
Need them bad as a heartbeat.
It says Adidas CEO Jann Wenner said in a recent podcast interview that he didn't think rapper Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, meant what he said about Jewish people last year.
Oh,
adding he doesn't think Ye is a person. It just came across that way.
Now that you need the monies.
The shillings. When asked about what happened with Adidas and Ye in a good company, a podcast by Norges Bank Investment Management, Gooden recognized the artist made some statements that weren't that good for Adidas to break the contract. But Gooden, who's not yet leading the company at the time of the controversy, also offered praise to Ye, saying he's one of the most creative people in the world, both in music and in street culture. Gooden.
Shantae said, need to be right back. With some elevator music. What kind of elevator music you want, Shantae? We'll hook you up. We'll give you some elevator music. Shantae said, I can't stand silence.
Yeah. The shoe line on the most successful collabs in history, yada, yada, yada. They want them back. They want that old thing back.
They want that old thing back. It was sweet.
Is it possible they're actually going to do it, or you think they're just maybe trying to clean up their... Because a lot of people were mad with them for cutting off Kanye West. You think it's possible they're trying to reconnect that audience that's mad with them for cutting them off?
Probably so. Him and George got into it and can't get back on. We don't know what the fuck going on with George. George's been missing for like 3 weeks. I hope the brother is okay. Keefe us LOL. PM versions of hip hop. Okay, we got you.
Okay.
We got you.
All right, let's move on. Deion Sanders. And I'm gonna take this back to this right here, because I wanna talk about this.
Regina, you been talking to George on Facebook or Facebook?
Deion Sanders, audacious blackness makes him the hero African Americans want right now.
So he has bold blackness.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Do you agree with that?
When we say bold blackness, are we talking about did he fit stereotypes, or is he just super confident in who he is and don't hide it all?
I still can't comment on my old account. George Walker's put roots on it. George is fine. I was chatting with him last night. He's still being George, talking trash. Okay, I guess he's just taking a break, I suppose.
So you don't think he's a bold black? He's not bold in his blackness? Deion Sanders?
How's he bold in his blackness?
He's being himself.
Oh, he's being himself at a white elite college.
Huh?
He's being himself at a white elite college.
Yeah, himself. I ain't say his environment. I'm talking about him.
George called him a Mason, and that was it. Oh, that dude that he called a Mason? So did he block that dude? Dude can't get on?
I don't think so. I checked.
Glad he's well, Regina.
Yeah, glad he's well. Yeah, sending me messages on Facebook.
Isn't Deion just being Deion?
That's
them pale skins boys.
That's what I'm saying. Is him being himself? Is that old blackness?
No, that's him being himself.
So what?
That means he's just not changing who he is.
So what's bold blackness?
Go ahead and cake for your boy.
I'm asking a question. What is bold blackness? What is that?
Huh?
What is bold blackness?
Well, the definition of bold blackness is being unapologetically black.
So what is he?
I guess he would be considered unapologetically black.
What's me a guess?
Shantae, dude asked George Wilkins if Mason did something to him when he was a little boy. So I'm just saying.
His team first victory early this month. Now he lost twice. They just got whooped by USC by like 40. So they lost to Oregon. What's the name?
But is he a hero for black people?
No, that's the
crazy part.
So
I
we
saw
gotta
from
read the article.
article. How is he a hero? They put him, which Obama should even be put on that level with the trash he did when he was in the office.
So they're calling him a hero because he goes to Colorado and he completely, quote unquote, changes the culture there. Them the number one hot spot for all. Everybody want to be there.
Well,
he bring all these rappers and black entertainers.
He has connections.
He bring all these black entertainers there, and they're saying that because they're doing that at that school, that is how this bold blackness that black people see that as being heroic at least.
Because black people are on a white, and we're being celebrated and acknowledged, that qualifies him as being a hero, which means he's getting a hug. I see it.
Hug from who?
He getting a hug from white people.
How's it a hug from white people?
That's how I see it.
Are you saying this article, it's white people hugging him?
Pretty much.
But it's not really about white people.
What is it about?
It's saying that black people are holding him as a hero.
I'm not holding him as no hero.
And we're not talking about the individual.
Or do you hold him as a hero?
We're talking about the individual.
You, as a collective, you're the majority of black people hold him as a hero.
I ain't saying majority. There's an audience of black people that find him to be
We know who that audience is.
That find him to be and heroic.
We know who that audience is.
Who?
I don't want to get no trouble. I ain't say who it is.
Who is it?
I'm not gonna say it.
That's the point of us talking. Say it.
Well, not everything need to be said. I don't need to have show all my emotions on my sleeve. Sometimes I can just
scared,
not
man.
say everything. Oh, now I'm scared. I'm not scared to say it. I just choose to say it.
He's scared. But anyway, now I will say this: Deion Sanders does have a certain electric energy around him. I think anybody who pay attention to him can know that. When you really think about Deion Sanders, this is a person who had a Hall of Fame football career, had a really good baseball career, that if he had chosen baseball full time, he probably would have been a Hall of Fame baseball player, has a hit hip hop record, and now he's looking like he's going to be like a top coach in football.
You referenced him to King David in the Bible.
Yeah. I said King David was the person who had, was it King David I said?
Yes, you said yes. King David.
King David was a person who, when you read him, he was a person who was very talented at everything he did. And because of that, he did receive a lot of envy from people. And, you know.
So Deion Sanders is talented at everything that he...
No, everything we've seen come out and do, for the most part, he's been successful at it. So It is what it is. But anyway, let's go back here. Oh, I got to show this. Because now, obviously, he left the HBCU,
Jackson State.
And when he left, I'm one of the people that was like, man, it would have been better if
How many of those celebrities have been to Jackson State this year?
I think Diddy, when he gave him a check.
How many of those celebrities have been to Jackson State since Deion Sanders left?
I said Diddy. I think Diddy the only one I've seen at least go there.
So they were only there because of Deion Sanders. They were not there to support HBCUs.
Yeah, that makes sense though, don't it?
Why can't? So there has to be a person that has a name.
It's not about a name. It's Deion Sanders. They probably just.
So we can't support them without them having a big name.
No, I'm saying they don't care about HBCUs. They don't.
Glad you acknowledge that.
All right, Jackson State.
When I see this young lady, I think there's a Negro in the wood pile somewhere.
You saying the same thing I said to Trav. I said there's some young black man who's wanted to play football, who's a kicker, and he's not on the team.
It's a shame. It's
and they
got
Hispanic white, got this white girl kicking for them.
It made no sense to me at all.
They did it for headlines, just to say, "Oh, look, we did," and it wasn't even a black
we did
girl.
What?
It was
we had a woman and playing football.
Yeah, that's a headline. The same thing happened with the NBA when they wanted to hire a female NFL when they hired a female coach.
The black girl would have kicked it further though.
But they said she had a scholarship to play soccer, and it's like, then
she need to take that fucking scholarship and go play soccer.
Here's the story of the day right there. It is Lalani Armenta, and she's gonna.
And this is we're gonna talk about this later when we talk about the, when they talk about the replacement theory, they always refer to it as the alt-right, racist white dudes who go around that the government is attempting to replace them, or society is attempting to.
Shout out to Brilliantly Fudge.
What up, Brilliant? They're saying that society is attempting to replace them.
He said goofy as shit ever.
But I can't. When you see this as a black person, now if you went to college and didn't go to HBCU, I'm gonna be honest. What up, Tommy? What
I
happened?
can't even do no sounds again.
Oh no, I had to take it off.
Okay, I'm back. Tommy.
What up, Tommy? But
Why you take the sounds off?
because it was lagging. Make sure that it's not that. I'm sure. But you can't look at this and think that they're trying to just get anybody they can into these colleges. They're just trying to get anybody at this point.
Here's the story of the day right there. That is Leilani Armenta. And she's going to play and she's going to kick off and maybe even do some field goals tonight for the Jackson State Tigers. Of course, she was on the Jackson State women's soccer team. And because of injuries this week during practice, she's going to get her shot tonight to be a kicker. And what an impressive young lady has been, and a chance for her. And I'm sure she's pretty nervous at this point. But they have her out there, and sweat football is underway. And the
Now,
That's epic
I don't know
fail.
if she meant to kick it that far.
Epic fail.
Good Lord, man. I ain't gonna lie. They kind of, a lot of stuff has came out about Jackson State.
A refrigerator kicking a football.
A lot of stuff has came out about Jackson State since
What?
Prime left, about they were stealing money and hiding stuff and they didn't keep promises they made to him.
Oh, there you go, trying to shame a HBCU. Sassy trying to say womp womp.
I mean, I'm just being honest. They said they were doing some shit.
Yeah, let's defend Deion Sanders for him leaving an HBCU.
So they were doing shady stuff. He should stay.
Oh, next topic.
Yeah, you scared of them. You scared of them.
I
topics.
digress.
All right, Congressman Hank Johnson announces Congressional Black Caucus Foundational Scholarship winners. Now, I went to these names here: Jonathan Walton, Ajua Longa, Spencer Redmond, and then you got Ravesh Desmarain. I guess how you say
You can go back
Besmarain.
to the Ajonquia Lawanka. You can go back to that person too. They're not FBA.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. People change their name.
I know somebody changed their name when the name is what it is.
But one of the names is this person. Shout out to Union of Black America. This is Revis Deepanaran.
Who is an Indian. And got a Congressional Black Caucus Foundation Scholarship.
And it's funny how they use the foundation.
Like Foundational Black American?
They troll it like hell.
Yeah, they troll, they throw stuff in your face. Your own people do this shit to you. It's ridiculous at this point.
Foundational scholarship.
Make fun of you.
But look, this right here was the requirements. It says who is eligible to apply for a city spouse's education scholarship, African American and Black graduating high school seniors, scholars pursuing undergraduate, graduate, or doctoral degrees in a variety of fields. Now, the first part, it says is basically black people.
But then
it seems like this is a separate group, so anybody.
That's what the Black Caucus does. That's exactly what the fuck they do.
It says
I thought Indians identified as white. They do. I have 2 Indians that work for me, and when they put down their race, they check off white. He said, me white. Me white.
When they say all you gotta do is live in a district and attend a high school in a district and you can apply for it. Then in there, what you need to do in order to qualify for it. It's just the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation.
That's why it's crazy that, it's crazy that that's why when you always India is considered Asiatic or considered their races on the census or any paperwork, they put down white. They don't put down no Asian. They put down white. That's what they classify themselves as.
Yeah. All right, next we're gonna get into something else here.
This is nothing new. We knew this was coming. We said this months ago.
They were setting up for it when they was doing his shows in Las Vegas.
He's in the white and red.
All week. I mean, almost every week during his show in Vegas, some viral moment would come from it.
Whether it be Chris Brown whooping his ass in the back parking lot or Keke Palmer shaking her ass on him.
Yeah, so it was always something. Usher is planning a global tour to follow Super Bowl halftime show. The last time an artist used a big name to launch a new tour was Lady Gaga in 2017. So if you'll notice, we talked about this before, how these people I'm gonna say this right quick. Let me say this, because we bring this stuff up a lot. I can imagine the people who don't believe it or understand it, they might think you just saying shit out your ass and you don't mean nothing.
My family is Indian and we claim black. We talking about East Indian.
Yeah.
We're talking about India.
But there's a language all around us And it's not a language that's spoken verbally. When you look at anything in media or anything, there's a language around you called symbolism. And unfortunately, when you're somebody who understands the symbolism, or at least some of the symbolism around you, you become almost, I won't say obsessive, but you get to a point where you can't look at anything normal. You start
I would reference this as you're able to point it out instantly what's going on.
Yeah. So when you see Billboard put a picture of Usher in a white suit with a red background, my mind actually look at that and get something from it. I know what they're trying to say.
Shantae said Usher be roller skating on TikTok for attention.
Yeah, he's been on roller skates for a while. I saw some videos of him roller skating.
Well, they do that in Atlanta though.
It's not, yeah, I know it's in Memphis, Atlanta, places like that. They still roller skate. But
my fault. Fighting with grandbabies can't hear about the chop one of them.
One of the past 2 years, Usher has made a home in Las Vegas Strip with 2 residencies on the Coliseum of Caesar's Palace and Dolby Live in Park MGM. Combined, his residencies have earned $83 million and sold 374,000 tickets for 79 shows, according to reported to Billboard box score and Billboard estimate. And his Vegas earnings should exceed $100 million by early December. What up, Jay Henderson?
What up? That's Eastwood's wife. Shout out to Eastwood's.
Yeah.
My mother and me were discussed last night, and we added, "Don't talk, observe, and watch the patterns and symbols." Bring up laughing.
So here's another picture I want to show. This to show you how it ain't us. We're not being crazy.
This was just flat out. This is flat out what it was.
We're not gonna bring up the color, what it means. We know these people are witches and warlocks. It says Ladybug villain. NFL fans demand Usher is banned from Super Bowl halftime show after being spotted in a daring outfit at fashion show. It's not about what they're talking about. The fact, once again,
he's in all red.
He's in all red.
What did Rihanna have on when she was at the Super Bowl? She had on red and black, which means she's reached a high level. The Super Bowl, and that's where he's going to.
Speaking of highest level, we can't not speak about
Miss Carter.
Miss Carter, Beyonce. Beyonce Renaissance tour to a shattered record as highest grossing month.
Did any of the ladies in this chat go to the Beyonce Renaissance tour? I don't believe so. Do you know anybody who did? Did they choose to wear the color silver?
So now, when you talk about this tour and how many records it's broke, how much money it's made,
blatant symbolism. Yes, it is.
I want to show this right here.
Hell no.
It says Beyonce tells fans to wear silver lower outfits to create shimmering human disco ball around her. Now, this is not why
that's the lie she gave.
That's not why she did this. And this is why I remember a show years ago. I think it was Beyonce. Was it Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Where she looked into the crowd and says, "Give me your energy. Put your hands up." We've seen that with rappers when they tell you to put your hands up and wave your hands, and they'll say, "I need your they'll be like, "I need
bodies."
They'll be like, "I need your energy," and all that other stuff. Look at Beyonce's cover of her album. This is the Renaissance Tour album cover.
What the fuck did you do to the picture?
See what I do to it.
It looked weird. You can barely see it.
It's the same picture, but you see her on the shining silver horse, and she's in all silver, right? But then you look at the guy Celine, who her horse was called what's his name?
Steadfast. What's it called?
No, it's called I forgot.
Start with a P, right?
Yeah, start with a P. I forgot the name of it. Look at it right quick. But one of the things that presented her, she was the moon goddess, and silver, her horse was silver. Look at the color silver is representing moons of Celine. This is the picture you're talking about, I think, right here. You got it? Hold on, y'all. You got it?
You can find a horse.
It's not important. Don't worry about it.
Celine was the Titan goddess of the moon. She depicted a woman riding a saddleback on the horse or driving a chariot driven by a pair of winged steeds. So she wore in that, and the color that she used is silver.
Yeah. So we get that. So that stuff is symbolism. So what up, Eastwood?
Y'all remember that infamous picture of Lauren London sitting on a horse, and Nipsey Hussle was standing beside her? while she was on that horse. And then Nipsey Hussle, a couple months later, died.
Sacrifice.
He was sacrificed.
Well, yeah. So a lot of symbolism happens with these artists.
I want Beyonce to read a whole paragraph and then I'll be satisfied. That's fucked up, really flawed. That's fucked up. You already shouted out Eastwood. No desire to attend a Beyonce concert, but my daughter did go and got in for free, making deliveries and enjoyed the show from a skybox. Did she wear silver?
She didn't wear silver. She
Beyonce worshipped the demon. What's new?
Exactly. Who was that came out and said Beyonce? Bitch, who said that?
It was a lady that came out and it was her producer or part of her band or somebody that said Beyonce was casting spells on her, showing up in her dreams.
Yeah. So Usher and the Super Bowl is just a big. The Super Bowl is just a chance for them to cast a spell of a bigger audience. So that's what Usher will be trying to do soon. Quick story I'll get into. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this. This story that happened, I guess it started, 3 weeks? 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks.
Joe Budden responds to backlash over scrap Tasha K interview. This is not going to be a long segment. I just put my opinions on this. And I'm going to ask y'all a question. What is the responsibility of a person with a platform to talk to the person they interviewed about whether or not their interview is going to come out or not?
I think that's...
Hold on. How much of responsibility does the person who runs the platform have to reach out to the interviewee when they're the interviewer? Go ahead.
If I bring somebody on my Tasha K fled to Africa, she came back, the lights kept going out. For me personally, if let's say we were big and we had people we interviewed, which is never gonna happen for me because I don't want to interview people that's separate from you. That may be something that you want to do. I'm not putting that on you. It brought somebody up here and we interviewed them, and this person is controversy, and we have an attorney that we're having look over the footage to make sure that we don't get sued. I'm gonna keep in contact with that person after it's been a certain amount of time. That hey, we're not putting out the video right now because I'm having my attorney look through the video to make sure that there's nothing in here that we can get sued over, and I will keep you up to date when we plan on releasing this video. Is that a bad thing to say?
Is it my responsibility to do that?
Huh?
Is it my responsibility?
Yes, it is my responsibility. I brought you on my platform knowing what attention you were bringing if you came on my platform. So yes, I feel like I'm informed. Joe is love and hip hop homies with Cardi B too.
But as a person who is my platform when I interview you, that's the interviews I don't put out.
And I'm sure you let them people know I didn't put the interview
But
out.
if I'm planning on still releasing this, I don't need to tell you nothing.
You need to keep me up to date because
Why?
he don't ever take that long to let any of his other interviews be released.
But what does it, me releasing or not releasing it, how does that change?
But you're going to a whole nother different point besides the point of keeping in contact with the person.
If I'm going to release it, I need to keep in contact with you when I'm going to release it. What are you preparing?
After a certain amount of time, you don't believe so?
What are you preparing for when I release it? I don't know what I'm telling you for.
Because this interview is going to bring attention.
When it comes, you'll get it.
Okay.
The attention will come when I drop it.
Cardi B going to have Tasha K on the blade. B better have my money. LOL. I left my ass out, Travis. You need to keep me up.
Yeah, you saying that?
Yes, you do. That's something. If I am a content creator, me, and I'm saying that I will keep somebody up to date, I'm not to reach out to somebody that I interviewed and said, I ain't putting out this content yet because you're controversial. And I got a lot of attorneys look through this shit because you done said shit on here that might get me sued. And I don't see the problem with letting them know that. Maybe I'm just too humble. Sounds like JP doesn't want to get sued.
Well, what's the humbleness in...
What is that? Because you're saying I'm a big platform. Why am I letting this smaller platform know what's going on?
I never said anything about.
Well, that ain't what you got to say it, nigga.
The point of the matter is, if I'm not going to release it, I'm going to tell you. If I'm going to release it, no matter when I'm going to release it, I don't have to tell you to release it.
Tasha can't afford to sue him. No, that's not what I'm saying. She's not going to sue Joe Budden for not putting out an interview. That's what I'm saying is he's saying he has his attorneys combing through or looking through the video. So there's nothing in the video that Cardi B can come out and say this is she's saying defamatory comments towards me or is calumniating my character or something like that. That's what he's saying. I meant by Cardi B. Okay. But it is what it is. I mean, at this point, I think that the ship has sailed. He's not putting out the interview. Tasha K has come out and give her grievances towards Joe Budden, and it is what it is.
I think
he ain't got no respect for Cardi B. I think he has respect for Cardi B for him not to put the video out, or there was something that said like Atlantic, because if he's an artist today, he was signed to what record company? He said Atlantic.
Yeah, he said they do good business.
Even though he has no dealings with these record companies, I believe that they do reach out and say, this is going to make our artists look bad. Can't put this out.
Using the word can't. You think they're asking him or telling him?
They telling him.
Why would they have control of his his platform?
You don't think there's no influence over his platform? You don't think?
I didn't say influence. I said control.
He don't control his platform.
So it's not his platform.
When you reach a certain level and you're allowed to reach their certain level, for me, no, you don't have no control over your platform.
So you saying he can't from his platform?
Like if we from this to this, then this audience should be looking at us sideways. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, what did he do to say that he would ever? Okay.
We can't on this topic long. It's not that important.
It's not. But I want to just get this last thing out, right? When a person has you on their platform, I feel like they have all the authority to whether or not when they're going to release it.
That's absolutely true.
When I'm going to release it. Now, if I'm not going to release it, I'm going to tell you. If I'm going to release it, I don't have to tell you when.
Dude, that's how you feel. If that's how you conduct and run your business, then that's how you conduct and run your business.
All right, man.
But me being on the opposite side of this business, I would personally reach out to somebody and say, it's been 3 weeks and I haven't released it. This is why this is so, because I want to keep that good relationship and not have the person think, oh, I haven't released this because Cardi B has called me and said, don't put this out. Type in Joe Budden and Cardi B on YouTube. They not friendly. They not friendly, but she did do an interview with him on episode 45 when his podcast was named I'll Name This Later. I'll name this podcast later. So she has been on the Joe Budden network prior. I didn't say they were friendly. What I said is I believe that because they're in the industry, they tell Joe, you can't put out this interview because it's going to make Cardi B look bad. And she just released a single. Not going to be good for her.
Hold on, y'all. He has to take a little break right quick. Back. But anyway, I did want to see the interview, I guess.
I called it. So, what's up, folks?
What
Shout
up,
out
Pop?
to Poppy. Oh, Nelly, Shelly, Session. We'll be right back, folks. Tommy, thumbs up.
All right, yeah. I did want to see the interview, but, you know, it is what it is.
I want to see the interview, too, but I don't get more.
I want to see how wild they get.
I like anybody that challenges them.
Hold on, y'all. See if I can get my sounds back.
I'm getting annoyed. It's a lot of stopping and pausing. It's just annoying. Yes. Just forget the sound bites.
All right, let's go. Next door. Black Texas student given additional suspension for lock hairstyle.
Here we go. Here we go. Travis sounds rather irked, but he always sounds like that. Wow, Johnny. Wow, that's how it sounds, just irritated.
All right. So in Texas,
wow,
young black teen in school in a district that doesn't allow certain hairstyles and such, he gets suspended, goes back after the suspension, goes back to the school and gets suspended for additional time for not changing his hair. What was your initial thoughts when you saw this?
I answered, was this a private school? I'm just getting to know the people. I'm just letting the people know.
I'm just letting people know.
I'm just letting the people know.
This
okay.
Ain't new. You ain't new to this. You true to this.
I got to go to an eye doctor too because stuff starting to look blurry to me. I might need glasses. I'm farsighted.
Exactly, Keefe. I think the man.
I said that too. I said his hair looks very nice.
Neat.
We can't. There's no comparison to how those Florida Negroes' hair look compared to his. His hair is very nice. It's very neat. It's orderly.
What's wrong with the Florida?
It's presentable.
What's wrong with the Florida Negroes' hair?
I think that it just doesn't look the most appealing.
A black
blah blah blah. Florida.
A black Texas high school was suspended because his lock hairstyle violated the district's dress code. Was suspended again upon his return to school Monday. An attorney for the family told CNN. Darryl George, who was suspended for more than 2 weeks because his lock hairstyle violates the Barbers Hill Independent School District dress and groom code, according to his family. The code states that male students' hair is will not extend at any time below the eyebrows and below the earlobes. But a broker and attorney representing the family told CNN the two school officials had asked George and his mother to meet and discuss continued disciplinary action over the hairstyle violations. The family has been given a Wednesday deadline to meet with the school officials, the lawyer said.
Okay, Regina said, I wondered too regarding private school. Kiefer says, sideshow Bob here in Florida.
Why y'all always going in on the Florida dude's hairstyle, man? That's culture, ain't it? Why y'all disrespecting the culture? So anyway, when you go to the, what the hell? When you go to the guidelines, let me scroll down into the guidelines.
Well, there's a lot of Frenchies in Florida.
You look at this.
Barber Hill, interesting coincidence.
Yeah, Barber Hill, yeah. Hair must be neat, clean, and well groomed. Geometric or unusual patterns, including mohawks, shade, or cut in the hair are not permitted. Designs beyond a single straight direction, which draw attention, shall not be permitted. Your color or color variations in hair.
Okay, we got it.
Ribbons, yada yada.
He don't have anything. The rest of that don't have nothing to do with him.
Boys' hair will not extend below the eyebrows or below the earlobes or below the top of the t-shirt collar. But it don't. He has his hair up.
He has his hair up. It is going back, but it also has patterns within it going back. But is that not true? It has patterns in it. It's neat and orderly. Nothing wrong with his hair at all. I hope they appeal. I agree. I have nothing negative to say about this case. I'm just wondering if it's a private school or if it's a public school, because I've never have seen a public school have restrictions on this type of shit. Because living in Seattle, I seen purple, blue, gray, orange hair.
Well, they're saying they're doing this because they don't want kids to stand out too much, because when you stand out too much, people get bullied. So that's
nobody's bullying this young man.
Saying that's why some schools implement uniforms so that kids that don't come from certain backgrounds that are for certain things, other kids can't pick on you for that because we're all wearing the same uniform. Even though that don't work, because now you're getting judged for your shoes, how clean is your clothes. So it's still, you're not gonna stop roasting.
Is this a black school?
I would imagine he's black. He's at the school. I don't know.
Well, we know that there are black kids that go to majority white school. It's only like 4 or 5 of them in that school. So that's why I'm asking these questions. Is it a private school? Is he going to a school that's majority white? Because these things happen when Negroes tend to go to these schools. Unless the rules are exempt, they have no case. The rules don't sound clear and black hair. Okay, now we're going to go to the Crown Act.
When it comes to justice and protection for marginalized people, now this article was written by Karen Atia.
Let black boys grow their hair.
Let black boys grow their hair.
Even though a lot of black women don't want black men out here growing their hair.
They said they want waves back.
Out here saying, a lot of black women saying they out here wanting the 360 back because a lot of niggas since COVID have been letting their hair flow and grow.
I'm guilty, but hey.
Natural.
People start going to barbershops. When it comes to justice and protection for marginalized people, Texas has been doing the best job of things in the past few years, but like the stop clock twice a day, the state occasionally gets things right. Legally protecting ethnic hairstyles against discrimination is one of the things. Over the past few years, black activists and legislators around the country have been advocating for the Crown Act. It stands for creating a respectful and oral for natural hair.
Waves are overrated.
Which I remember.
You know, I thank you, Keefe, because I was beginning to feel like, you know, just because I got y'all by some inches, don't mean it can't catch up with me. So
you don't understand. Big hair, he may not getting real slick.
They're gonna say sassy.
Nah,
you been real fucking
you been
sassy.
getting real slick.
They're gonna say in the comment section. You been getting real sassy.
They definitely saying sassy a lot. They'll call people for the smallest
black
thing.
men. They will call them sassy.
Hey, you say something, ooh, sassy. Like, damn, I ain't say nothing.
I wonder who he hang around with. What's his grades looking like? They didn't tell.
I
what
guess
his
that's a better question. I guess it stands for creating a respectful. You know, if y'all know what that is. If it started,
and Texas is one of the states that have the Crown Act in their state.
It was started particularly
for black women,
for young black girls who were women in the workplace, school, and all those places, because a lot of times they were discriminated against based off of their. It was called not neat. They use that word neat. Like, what does that mean? Neat. Like this little hairstyle this little girl got with the 2 puffs.
That's neat.
That because that not neat. They was kind of all over.
Don't get mad because y'all had to create. What did they create it? What's the name of that? What is it called?
What's talking about?
Hairspray to give them volume. Black people hair naturally has volume. Our hair is like trees. It grows up. It doesn't fall down. My hair is longer than my mom and sisters. Craig Council. Damn.
Craig. See, you started this.
Ask the hotels what might be symbolism of coily, kinky, curly hair.
You know what I find funny? When we talk about the natural hair, I always had this opinion that I got to say this, a lot of women who don't wear their hair natural is because people understand your countenance or how you look is going to attract certain people.
Yes.
So if you're a certain person, if you're a dude walk around with your pants sagging, baggy shirts, you're probably going to attract certain. The same with a woman. You know, you walk around with your body showing and all that stuff. You're going to attract certain dudes. If you're a woman who dress more modestly and wear,
let my son grow a mullet
and wear something
really flawed,
and wear something like an afro in particular. When a woman wears an afro, there's a certain energy as a man that you see on her.
I see it as a standard of conduct.
So I'm not saying it's always the case, but a woman in the afro or the more natural hair look, a dude might walk up to her and might not be like, "What up, shawty?" He might say, "How you doing,
think
man?"
She's militant.
Yeah, militant, or the pro-black label gets thrown on them. Quote
That's
unquote.
militant.
They get seen as more respectable. I got to be more cautious about her, and a lot of people will go about not talking to them if they're not looking for a long-term relationship. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying I'm just saying that's how people look at people how they dress. This is how it is. The Crown Act, we ain't got to go through it. We already know. Dove has something to do with it. But I was wondering the second I heard about this case, wait, ain't this Crown Act? You can't tell me how to wear my hair.
In Texas, immediately call her queen.
Exactly. When you're a woman that walk around with natural hair, I'm sure you hear queen. What's the hotel?
Because it's queen status. You're in your natural state.
You have your crown on.
You're not altering yourself because you're wearing your crown. Your hair is your crown. You don't need a crown like have. Your hair is your crown. Dress how you want to be addressed.
Exactly.
God damn it, brilliantly.
I should say a man will be judged by his countenance. So that's why I feel like a lot of.
Scared of you motherfuckers.
And let me say this for a second. I feel like there are some women who don't wear their natural hair because they don't want to attract those dudes, and because a certain level
They
of
want people like
Travis Scott.
Well, hold on.
No,
No, they wear their natural hair for white men.
See, you see,
They like to shave off their hair and be bald. Travis happy. His sounds bad. You damn right. I'm happy.
yeah. But yeah, so some people, there's a certain level of expectation when if a dude walking around more clean cut and stuff, the expectation is provider, protector, stuff like that. A woman is you expect to be nurturer, this and this. And if you're trying to be that stuff right now, you don't want to attract that right now.
I want to be a hoe right now. I don't want to be a wife. Or I don't want to be a pillar of the community and show leader. So I'm gonna continue walking around with my pants hanging off my damn ass.
Yeah, you get real out there, man. All right, let me just right quick.
This is the hairstyle that has Darryl George, a junior at Barbers Hill High School in Mont Bellevue, in trouble.
It is a part of who we are.
He's been in school suspension since August 31st. That's the same week Texas outlawed racial discrimination based on hairstyles.
Queen and a thought.
The principal and assistant principal, and they said that it's because the Crown Act doesn't cover the length of his hair.
According to the dress code posted to BHISD's website, policies were established to grooming and hygiene, instill discipline, and ensure students are dressed in a manner that is clean and neat.
Now they don't like to see a nigga with length nowhere.
Here you go.
They don't like to see a nigga with length nowhere.
You sound like old buddy in on videos with them red lights on the corner.
Where's the young man's dad?
We asked that question a lot. And all these stories, we always, hey, what a father at?
They hate.
But I will say this. This also sounds like, what am I about to say? It says grooming and hygiene and all the other stuff. It sounds like we said earlier about how the education system is more so to create workers, not thinkers. They don't want you to have
skins are weird species, period.
They don't want you to have any individuality about yourself. They want you to be part of the group. Because if you show any level of individuality or creativity, you might think your way out the system.
And petty. Where's Uncle? He called them the troglodytes. The troglodytes.
For male students, that means their hair cannot extend below their eyebrows or earlobes.
But how do you feel about men with long hair, though? Right quick.
I mean, I don't give a damn about another man with long hair. If that's his hair, I'm not saying that's what works for the nigga. That's worked for him.
I'm not saying you find it appealing or nothing like that. I'm saying, what do you think about the idea of? Do you think men should have long hair down to their back?
I think if a male wants to grow his hair, he can grow his hair. A black man. I'm talking about a black man.
I'm saying a lot of people say you shouldn't grow your hair because when you grow your hair,
school baby. That's true. Conformity.
I felt like whenever you grow your hair, you hear this throughout history and books and all this stuff.
Like Shelley said, they want you to conform to
no individuality.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when you talk about the hair situation, some people say you shouldn't grow your hair because you're not prepared for everything if you're a man with long hair. You get into a fight.
I mean, yeah.
Like, it can go real bad.
You should not be grabbing your hair. No,
we in a fight.
That's weird.
We in a fight. When we in a fight, anything
So
goes.
I'm letting y'all know, if y'all encounter Duke in real life, niggas with hair on their head, he is going to grab you by your hair.
Look, man. A fight is not.
He going to grab you by your hair. I ain't grabbing you by your hair.
Fights ain't pretty, bruh.
Anything I think men should wear their hair how they chooses to. Thank you, Regina.
I'm just saying, you gotta be careful because you don't know what can shake, what can happen, and you got that long hair, and it could be a detriment to you. Just saying. I'm talking about extremely long hair, by the way.
No, we get it.
I'm talking about.
I'm just gonna keep a lookout.
Not even if the hair is gathered or pulled back.
I want them to change their policies. I want them to stop being discriminatory against black and brown kids.
Oh, here she go with this black and brown bullshit.
How did she find a way to put brown in there?
Not just mine, but any other black and brown kid.
What Mexican people and brown people and Indian people out here getting discriminated because of their hair? This is why the father needed to be there. I was just about to excuse a reason why the father wasn't there. I was gonna say, well, maybe the father isn't there because they're talking about an issue of hair, and since his mother probably does his hair, she would be more privy to this conversation. But damn, no, she did not need to be here. She gonna talk about this fucking black and brown shit. Get her ass out of here.
Your hair not supposed to be colored either, by the way. So in their district,
he got the colored hair. My man got his chains on.
Probably.
Yes, where's the daddy? I knew it.
And see, yeah, the chain he got on, that's one of those 90s chains niggas used to wear.
Usher George says her son has not worn his hair down since
I ain't gonna say nothing about the chain. I'm about to say something, leave the chain alone.
started in
Oh, you
mid-August.
about to say it's fake? You about to say his neck gonna be rusty?
See,
Patterns to trigger the
yeah, this is a rage baiting right here.
the emoting. She doesn't care about the kids' grades and just wants the drama.
See, I ain't gonna put all that on that woman. Don't do that.
Now he about to say disparaging remarks about her. She put it on herself.
When y'all never seen his hair let down, how do y'all know it's below his eyebrows?
This is her son's first year at the school. The family just moved to the area, and the hair problems are not just causing them headaches, it's impacting Darryl's entire high school experience.
I want
His
them to
grades
change their policies for black and brown people. What do brown people have to do with this conversation?
And
they have fucking stringy hair.
You're not talking to the mic, by the way.
Thanks for letting everybody know that.
I mean, you
too.
just yelling loud as you can.
If I'm yelling, they fucking hear me then, whether I'm talking in the mic or not, right? You don't need to tell everybody our business.
All right. Apologies. I'm
supposed to stay in house. I don't tell our business.
All right, man. All right, what you about to say?
Now,
striking UAW members fight man outside plant claiming he yelled racial slurs.
It took 50 of them to take down this one hyena.
Look, man,
it don't take 40 lions to take down one damn hyena.
Ain't about that. We just saw somebody getting their ass whooped.
Dang, y'all having a storm up that way. It's breaking up. Money changes policies, unfortunately.
So they beat this dude ass because they said he said a racial slur. Oh,
Yeah.
buddy came from the other side of the street to put some licks.
Yeah, Shelly, yeah, unfortunately we are having a storm up this way. It's called the YouTube storm. And it keeps breaking us up every week, unfortunately.
It was almost over for him right here. When he hit the ground, I was like, oh Lord, they left him alone.
So they took it easy on him.
They gave him what he needed.
So it took 30 people to take it easy on him.
What they call it? They call it a little straightening. That's all he needed.
Man, he ain't feel them weak ass shots. He got away and walked away and said, fuck y'all.
How they said, F around and find out. He F'd around and found out.
He fuck around and find out that the hits weren't hitting.
Trinity.
Now here's another story. Unfortunately,
this show is this a show? Is this a show? It's being recorded from Texas because it's chopped and screwed. You've officially been chopped. That looks similar to the Bama Brawl.
Oh yeah,
the YouTube is a hater storm weekly on Saturdays. It is. It's very true.
All right. Let me show.
Was it this bad when we were doing pre-recorded videos?
No, no, because we wasn't connected. We was just doing it pre-recorded. So we did have some. I think
at this point, I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
it's like it's the highest level of Comcast internet you could get. It's like, what more can you do? Ain't nothing else we could do.
Let me play this right quick. Another set of refrigerators, Mexicans, decided to attack a young girl.
11-year-old Trinity Washington prepares for a second surgery this week.
My eye is doing so much pain. My eye and my nose.
Sunday night, the girl had emergency surgery on her eye. She and her mother say the injury
Where the size that was whooping his ass. Pow,
bang.
pow.
Like a Batman show.
Her neighbors hosting a Mexican Independence Day celebration used a racial slur against the African American family.
That word shouldn't be used towards us. It shouldn't. It shouldn't be used towards anybody. Nobody should use that word because that's a bad word.
A few minutes later, two women allegedly attacked the girl when she didn't move her 3-month-old Yorkie out of
Not only did they attack her, they stomped out the dog, the puppy.
They went crazy.
their way. The 6th grade honor student and cheer captain named her puppy Barbie. Washington and her mom say Barbie was stepped on by one of the women but survived. Then they say the aggressors targeted Washington.
I looked up. A bottle came towards my face, being thrown to my face.
We people can't be brave enough to just start hitting on your kids, man.
Where is this story located at?
I forgot the damn. I don't got it now.
Pup to their
All right.
Brilliantly flawed. If that was my daughter, they'd be interviewing me from jail. For real, for real. Well, unfortunately, they're not interviewing a lot of parents from jail. They out here doing lawsuits and waiting for the court system to handle this due process.
Isn't that the responsible way to do it?
No, that's not a responsible way to do this, to whoop some ass. The
have my Yeah.